Picanha, one of the most tender parts of the beef.
That is a walrus, guys. Look how big it is. Wow, this is an epic barbecue platter. Feeds about 4 to 6 people. I'm gonna do it. This is San Diego. It is the second largest city in California and one of the most visited cities for its sightseeing attractions, fun activities, and vibrant food scene. Perhaps you are interested in visiting San Diego for the first time. Then you might be asking, where should I start? Hey there, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm taking you on an epic 72-hour journey into San Diego, California. In this full documentary, I'll show you the best of everything to do in town, what to eat, what to see, and more in this ultimate San Diego food and travel video. And if you guys are new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food videos coming your way. And with that being said, let's head on over to San Diego. I made it to San Diego after a 2.5-hour drive. It's always good to be back in the city, and I'm starting it off in a big way with this first restaurant called Smokin' Jay's. And this is one of the highest rated barbecue restaurants in all of San Diego. It's kind of a mix between Texas BBQ and Kansas City BBQ. They got the food, they got the drinks, they got the ambiance. Fun place to be all around. This restaurant started out in the city of Poway about 9 years ago, and this is the second location in downtown San Diego. And it's a very nice location. The indoor seating's really nice, and I heard that they recently got their liquor license, so I guess now is a really good time to try the beer and the cocktails. But of course, I'm here for the barbecue, which is the main attraction. So let's see what they have on their menu. As with most other restaurants, they got their starters, like their appetizers. You see wings, loaded fries, their popular brisket, fries, and they even have these TV dinners. Oh, this is so interesting. So if you want a personalized meal with the barbecue and the veggies, you can personalize it and eat it, I guess, right in front of the TV if you take it to go. And I heard their sandwiches are popular, especially the Smokin' Jay's. Everybody gets this here, so of course I'm gonna do it as well. And just to show you what kind of meats they have at this restaurant, brisket, very classic, smoked rib tips, smoked jackfruit, yep, they sell it by the half pound too, hot links, pulled pork, burnt ends, even blackened shrimp. So you can do the 3x2 combo platters for $36, or you can do this barbecue platter for $155, feeds 4 to 6 people. And you can do something like this too, barbecue feast. Oh yeah, feeds 10 to 12 people. It's a 12 to 16 hour process for a lot of these meats. They don't actually smoke the meats here in this location because it's over there at Poway, but once they smoke it there, they bring it over here, same exact taste. And there is the show stealer, the brisket. This is the thing you absolutely need to get, not just here, but in like pretty much any of these barbecue restaurants. And yeah, that's the TV dinner.
The only thing that we don't make here is the bread or tortillas that are brought here. Everything has a recipe, everything's made from scratch. From the beans to the mac and cheese, to the collard greens, to the hot links that you'll see on the video. We want it to be as fresh as possible every day.
Starting off the tour pretty hot with this huge barbecue platter. So this feeds about 4 to 6 people. So for $155, this is what you get. Some coleslaw, as well as what's called the bean crack, their version of baked beans, which I heard is super addicting, and I'm so excited. And their collard greens, as well as their mac and cheese, 6 slices of the white bread, and then what everybody comes for, the barbecue meats. 3 hot links, it's all sliced up, so there's a lot of it, as well as the pulled pork and the brisket. Just letting you know that if you really like the sauces here, you could buy the barbecue sauce to go, as well as the ketchup. I'll start healthy by trying the veggies. You gotta have your vegetables, right? Because there's a lot of meat on this platter. It's very crunchy, like so fresh tasting. Flavor-wise, it's very similar to a lot of the coleslaws that I've had in a lot of restaurants. I mean, it's not my first choice of a side dish, but if it comes with the platter, of course, I'll eat it, just for health's sake. But then I heard a lot about these beans. I am very excited to try it. The most intense tasting baked beans I've had. It's like candy sweet, it's smoky. I think I can just sit here and just eat those beans. That is like a perfect side dish. Okay, now I know for sure one of two side dishes that you should get at this restaurant. Now I'm gonna try the meats. Hot link, here we go. That hot link is spicy, it's tender, it's juicy, it's full of flavor. No, I'm serious, this is like one of the much better hot links that I've had in a barbecue restaurant. Yeah, this is really good. These are some of the biggest hot links that I've seen in any American barbecue restaurants. Before they cut this thing up, I'm telling you, it was like this big. Really huge. I was so shocked when I saw it. Pulled pork. Now here's something I have not had in a while. That is excellent. Wow, that is really as good as pulled pork can get. It's tender, it's moist, it's succulent. Mind-blowing. It's like you could taste all that oil and the fat in there and the dry rub. Oh, this is like addicting food right here. Wow, one of the best pulled porks I've had in any barbecue restaurants. Pulled pork is one of those barbecue dishes that never really comes first in my preference, but here at this restaurant, for sure, it's probably gonna be like first or second. So top two favorite meats at Smokin' Jay's. I've come to it, the brisket. Here we go. I love the taste of the meat. I like the fat on the side. Like I said, the barbecue tastes great on its own, but I feel that the barbecue sauce is not necessarily to enhance the flavor, but to give it a new flavor. I think that's the best way to describe it. So if you want that barbecue sauce flavor, which usually is creamy and sweet, kind of tangy, then of course, do whatever you want with your meats. Like I like variety, so I like to eat my meat just by itself, and then sometimes I like to dip into the barbecue sauce, but it's totally your preference. This is your meal, you spent the money for it, so you should enjoy it however way you want. I am super excited to eat this one too. This is called the Smokin' Jay's. So this sandwich is really stuffed with meat, like a lot of it. Brisket, their coleslaw, as well as fried pork belly on a brioche bun with the seasoned French fries. How am I gonna eat this sandwich? This thing is a beast. If you love meat, then this is your ideal sandwich, let me tell you. This is really like my ideal barbecue sandwich. You get the whole pieces of the brisket in here, like the one that's right here on my platter, plus this really delicious piece of deep fried pork belly right here. That is so good. I love the addition of the coleslaw, of course, because it adds that refreshing crunch that you need. Kind of like what you would find in those chicken sandwiches, like those fried chicken sandwiches. This is really good. You gotta order it. Even if you don't get any of these other things, if you just order the Smokin' Jay's sandwich, you get the barbecue already in there, but just in a sandwich form. I might be speaking a little too soon, but if Smokin' Jay's ends up being my favorite Texas barbecue, out of all the barbecue spots I go to on this trip, I wouldn't be surprised because most everything here tastes great. The side dishes, the pulled pork, the brisket, the sausage, the hot links. Yeah, you seriously gotta come here. Here in downtown San Diego, Smokin' Jay's barbecue restaurant. Well, I got a few hours until my dinner spot, so in between I'm going to be heading to one of the hottest attractions in San Diego. Here we go. Just about a mile away from Smokin' Jay's restaurant is one of the hottest attractions in SD, the USS Midway Museum, a naval aircraft carrier museum, which holds about 30 aircrafts on display. And if you guys are into anything military, army, naval, then this is the museum you gotta check out. For adults, it's about $39 for admission. Not a cheap museum, but if you are into this kind of stuff, then it might be well worth it. They also have a youth price as well, veterans price, and if you are a child under 3 or in active duty military, then it looks like it's free. This is pretty cool. They also have a free audio tour included in various languages. It opens at 10 a.m. and it closes at 5, but be sure to get here by 4 p.m. because that's the last entry time. It looks like you do have to go through a security check before you go in. When you're coming here for the first time, I think it's a good idea that you get one of these maps so you know where you're going. All I know is that I'm starting out on the main deck, which is the second one. And then there's also the first one below, and then the flight deck. Yeah, that's the one you got to go to. Wow, this is kind of like a maze. Almost like going through Disneyland, going on a ride or something. Oh, look at that. You can take your picture on your way in here. Costs about $37 if you were to buy it up there. It's totally up to you. And once again, they have free audio tour. So you can pick one of these things up and it will have it hopefully in your language so that you know a little bit about the history of each aircraft you are looking at. And I heard that the USS Midway was the longest serving aircraft carrier of the 20th century. It's not operative right now. Like I said, it's a museum where you can see all of these different aircrafts on display, about 30 aircrafts and exhibits. So you're supposed to take this and scan it next to the aircraft that you want some history on, and it'll pretty much tell you. And on site, they have these ride simulators that you can do for a price. So it looks like some of these attractions on site, you do have to pay for it. So it looks like this one is about $20 for 2 riders minimum. This museum, I heard, if you really take your time with it, you can get through it within 2 to 3 hours. I mean, of course, you can always go faster than that, but I heard some people, especially if they're really into the history of a lot of these artifacts, they can stay here for like half a day. That's good, right? You get your money's worth. I guess this is their gift shop, the Jet Shop. Let's see what's in here. Look at that. You got your Top Gun merchandise. You got your t-shirts, you got your hats. Then we got some of the official USS Midway t-shirts, it looks like. Different colors and different designs. Some keychains. Even got some of these nice cups as well. This is the type of jacket you gotta wear to impress the ladies, right? How much is it? $680, yikes. And right next to the gift shop, there is a restaurant called Cafe 41 if you want to eat any food on site. Limited hours, only from 11 to 3 p.m. So I came a little bit too late for this. It's okay, I got food plans after this. Even if you decide to eat the food here, you can take it out here, outside, and really enjoy the scenic view. But I heard the 3rd floor is where all the action is at. Let's see how to get there. Flight deck, now that's what I want to see. That's where all of the aircrafts would launch off on back in the old days. And I guess this is it. Wow. It's pretty cool to think that you're standing all the way on the top of this carrier, because I feel like I'm just walking on the top floor of a parking lot or something. But this is a real aircraft carrier that was used a long time ago during wartime. And it's up here where I guess all of these different aircrafts would take off into the sky. Just like with the bottom decks, you can do your self-guided tour with these aircrafts on the flight deck. But a lot of people like to come to the flight deck simply because of the view. It's amazing. You see everything, like the Pacific Ocean, you see the city, It's a really great place to take pictures. I mean, I think the flight deck itself is worth the price of the admission. And it looks like you can actually go into some of these aircrafts. I will check it out. It's kind of a small little aircraft with some seating area. Oh man, I need to sit down. It's like so tiring after doing all that walking up on this deck. Yeah, you're gonna be walking quite a bit, but it's a good walk because it's nice and breezy and you get a good view of the coast. And you can go all the way up there as well. I think the entrance is right over here. Looks like to get up there, you'd have to go through a very narrow space where even the staircase is very steep and narrow. You can only have like about groups of 12 up in this area. So this is where the captain of the ship would pretty much guide the boat. Kind of reminds me of those steps on the pyramids in Mexico. So I started up there and then you would come down here to what's called the chart room. And afterwards is the navigation room, which is somewhere up ahead.
This is really the primary control center for the ship when Midway was at sea.
You know, there's actually quite a lot to see in this museum. So don't think it's just looking at the central part of the 3 decks. But if you go off to the side, you'll see the different rooms and exhibits. It's very fascinating. Close-up time, right? All right, there you go. I don't know if I can say that I really loved this experience, but I didn't dislike it either. It's very interesting. It's something that I don't see quite often, but I really liked the flight deck because I am into aerial views and I like the breeze. Perhaps if you guys are into this military stuff, then this might be your #1 attraction to see in San Diego. Once again, this is USS Midway Museum. It's about 5:30, time tea, last restaurant of the night, Galpong Gaúcho. This is one of the most popular Brazilian steakhouse chains in the US. 18 cuts of meat, all you can eat buffet station, fine dining, let's do it. Since this is a chain restaurant, there is more than one location. And some of you guys might remember that I was at the Las Vegas location a couple years ago. Had a really rockin' time there. That's why I'm so happy to be here at the San Diego location. For dinner time, it's $75. Lunchtime, $55. As you can see, it is not a cheap restaurant. It is fine dining, but really the best of its kind in the Brazilian cuisine. So let me show you the 45 items that they have at the buffet station first, beginning with some of this jalapeno sauce, as well as pickled gherkins and pickled onions and house vinaigrette, as well as house balsamic dressing, and the farofa, which is gluten-free yuca flour. And this is a strawberry field salad, which is spring mix with red onion, balsamic vinegar, strawberry, and goat cheese. And that one is ranch dressing, along with Caesar dressing, which you put on top of this, the Caesar salad, which is lettuce, grated Parmesan, Caesar dressing, and crouton. And then over here, we got some of this apple salad. Looks very fruity and refreshing. And that one right there is the mango salad. So we got mango, passion fruit juice, honey, orange, celery, red pepper, all that good stuff. And then that one is the beet salad. Wow, those are big chunks of red beets. Probably the biggest I've seen in a buffet station so far. And we got leek salad. Oh, that's pretty cool. So this leek has imitation crab in it, along with corn, mayo, and parsley. And down here, it looks like capers, as well as smoked salmon, and the shrimp salad with tomato, cucumber, yellow onion, lime juice, cilantro, salt. And then we also have the peppadew peppers, which look really spicy, so you got to be careful. As well as some green olives and some Kalamata olives. And now we are on to the cheese, one of my favorites, the manchego cheese. Kind of like little pizza slices going on there. And that is fig jam. All right, that goes good with the cheese, I guess. And we also have some Gouda cheese in those large cubes. Some cubed brie cheese, as well as this, what is that, Parmesan cheese? Shaved cheese. Yep, it's from that block right there. And then we also have some salami and prosciutto with some olives in the center. House basil dressing, looks so creamy. And right there we got some fresh mozzarella. And that one is the caprese salad, which is tomato, fresh mozzarella, basil, and oregano. And those are cucumber slices. Got tomatoes, got some broccoli, simple stuff. Green beans with carrot, oil, garlic, salt, black pepper, paprika, as well as some asparagus and some deviled eggs with egg, mayonnaise, mustard, Tabasco, vinegar, paprika. And then that's the potato salad with a whole bunch of ingredients inside. And then we also have some chicken salad, which also has a lot of ingredients mixed in. And let's see, oh, we got some butter right here, as well as some quinoa salad and some cremini mushrooms. And then down here we have artichoke salad and some pasta salad. Okay, this is for display purposes, but they have various breads right in here. So all you need to do is just open that and you go ahead and grab the bread that you want. But try not to get filled up on this. And I think these are some of the hot foods. We got some candied bacon. Yep, I haven't had that in a while. And this one is the chicken soup with celery, bell pepper, tomato, jalapeno, carrot, yellow onion, tomato sauce. Sounds so good. And then we got some white rice in here. Nothing fancy, but always so good. And then here we got pork beans, which I believe is feijoada. Pork ribs, black bean, salt, bay leaf, white onion, sausage, bacon. And I think that's it for the salad station. Just like with a lot of restaurants these days that are switching over to the use of your phone, the menu can be accessed through this QR code. So scan it with your phone and then it will pop up. And just like with a lot of Brazilian steakhouses, you start off with the cheese balls, which are gluten-free from what I heard. And then we also have some sauces like the tomato jalapeno to the left, as well as the chimichurri. And the way it works, if you guys don't know anything about all-you-can-eat Brazilian steakhouses, they give you this. So when they carve the meat at your table, so every one of them is gonna come and they're gonna carve it, you use this to grab it off. And of course you need this to cut your meats at your table. And then you'll see this, which has two colors. Red one means stop, green one means go. So you keep it on green if you want them to bring you the meats. And hopefully you come with an empty stomach and a big appetite so you can have it on green for a very long time. Maybe I'll start off as usual with some of this bread. Look at that. I feel if I don't put any constraint on myself, I can just eat this at a Brazilian steakhouse. And some people do. They come here, they really like the bread. They'll gulp down like 10 of these and then they'll have no more room for the meat. Well, some of them do. But it's so good though. That's what I'm trying to say. Inside it's very spongy, it is cheesy. Outside is slightly crispy. And be sure to eat this quickly because once it turns cold, then it just doesn't taste the same. So right when it comes to your table, that's when you gotta eat it. I'm not gonna eat too much of the stuff at the buffet station because I have to try to get through as much of the meat as possible. Only my favorites. That balsamic dressing is really good. This is not like just a balsamic vinaigrette. It's a dressing, so it's creamy, kind of brown color. I like it. It's like sweet and tangy. It's good. I mean, it's totally your preference on what kind of salad dressing you want because they have a few up there. And I gotta have my beets, very healthy stuff. That tastes like candy in your mouth. I don't think I've had beet cubes that were this big in any buffet restaurant. Here, let me show you. You see how big it is? It's crazy. This restaurant should get the award for the biggest and even the most delicious beet cubes that I've had. All right, unless you really don't like beets, I think you should get it because this is really one of the standout foods that I've had in a Brazilian steakhouse. Looks like these are some of the additional items that come with your meal. We got the mashed potatoes with a lot of cheese on it, and that one is the banana, sweet banana. I know I shouldn't get filled up on the side dishes, but they look so good. Oh man, even that garlic mashed potatoes is so good too. I could just eat like a lot of that, a whole tub of mashed potatoes. Oh yeah. But I'm gonna be concentrating on the meats today. Yes, so let's do it. I'm gonna flip this on green right now. All right, looks like the first one is the bottom sirloin. Oh, so it's cooked about medium rare? Medium rare, great. That thing is so juicy. Big piece of juicy, tender on the inside, but crispy on the outside. A very good way to start off. I like my bottom sirloin. So next one is filet mignon with bacon. And then we also have the chicken with bacon too, right? All right. Oh wow, the grilled pineapple is already out. Okay, so this is grilled pineapple with a lot of cinnamon. You see the cinnamon crust on top? This is always one of my favorite things to eat as a Brazilian steakhouse. That filet mignon is pretty tender. And that bacon around it, it's superb. It's crispy and it gives so much flavor to the filet mignon. I'm not sure which one I like better, the bacon wrapped chicken or the bacon wrapped steak. Wow, it's hot. And it's tender, juicy too. Yeah, it's so easy to overcook this chicken in a Brazilian steakhouse. I've had it before, but thankfully, this is cooked right. Whoa, you see all the steam coming out? This is more something I would eat towards the end, kind of like a dessert. But it's okay, if it comes out, even first, I'll take it. That is an A+. That's the perfect cinnamon pineapple at a Brazilian steakhouse. It feels like I just ate a piece of dessert in my mouth, but I can't stop yet because there's still more meats that need to come. There is my picanha. Yes, I've been waiting for this all night. Yes, my favorite. Look at that. No complaints about that. The way it's cut, the texture, the saltiness level, everything is right. Yeah, this place makes a very solid picanha. So if you get it, which you should at pretty much any Brazilian steakhouse, especially here, you're gonna be glad.
We are proud to be the first and the only Brazilian steakhouse in all United States to introduce the golden steak in our menu, all right?
Okay.
So what's that? It's a golden foil, 24 karat. We wrap the premium part of the top sirloin, our most popular Brazilian cut in the world in Brazilian steakhouse. It's called picanha in Portuguese, okay? And now if you like try, I'm gonna finish to grill on this Himalaya salted block. Do you know the Himalaya salt?
Yes, about to try some of that golden steak.
The gold is totally edible, right, sir? No worries about. I can tell you why. It's super, super thin. Golden foil. For that is not a problem for our body when you enjoy this kind of metal in little quantities, okay? The perfect combination, all right, sir? Picanha, one of the most tender parts of the beef.
Yep, the gold is totally edible. I'm not sure what the science behind it is or if it's really gold, but it looks fancy, so I'm gonna eat it. Quite a mouthful. I don't really know what flavor the gold adds to the whole thing. All I know is when you eat this picanha, it has like a very natural flavor all around. Not like the ones that you usually find, kind of like what I had earlier, where it's like salted kind of, and the outer layer has like that crispy crust. I think I'm more into that one, to tell you the truth. But hey, if it's 24 karat gold, why not eat it, right? You gotta get your money's worth. And we also got some shrimp. Yeah, remember I liked this when I was at the Vegas location. These meats really do come pretty quickly. So once you have it on green, just expect them to come like bullets flying at you. So hopefully you can catch up. Wow, good flavor. This barbecue shrimp is so tasty. It almost tastes like a barbecue shrimp scampi. I think it adds kind of some variety. So you're not just eating like steak constantly. I mean, you want to kind of have a little bit of other stuff, right? Even though I am pretty full, I am going to give the dessert a shot because I remembered it was so good here. So this one is the Tres Leches cake, which is the manager's favorite from what I heard. And this one is called the papaya cream with the licor de casi, which is that syrup that's on top of it. I've had this one before, I remembered. It will make for such a good birthday cake, right? And I've already heard 2 birthday songs being sung here, so I guess this is a popular birthday spot. Wow, that's a really milky cake. After all, it is made with 3 kinds of milk. That's why they call it Tres Leches cake. And it's great. I love the way the milk tastes. It tastes just like milk, but kind of creamier. And the cake itself is very spongy, but still very moist. Not too sweet too. So I guess if you like milk flavored cake, then this should be your ultimate choice here. But this one I remembered from last time in Vegas. That's like the perfect topping to this entire meal. I mean, you would think that you should get like the cakes or the ice cream, right? But this cream dessert is really one of the best desserts I've had in a Brazilian steakhouse. Yeah, I think you should get this one. If you only had to choose between the 2, this one, it's a standout. You won't find too many desserts like this one anywhere. So yeah, come on here, enjoy the food. One of the best Brazilian steakhouses I've been to. Not a cheap one, so I would think that it's more for a special occasion. But they really treat you like royalty. All the meats, the golden steak, everything from the all-you-can-eat buffet station. The desserts, not included as part of the all-you-can-eat, but I think you should get it, especially if you're celebrating a birthday because it's pretty bomb. The restaurant is right next to Seaport Village, which is another major attraction when you are visiting San Diego. Especially if you love outdoor shopping, then Seaport Village is a place you should come to for different food spots as well as souvenirs, clothing, antique items. I think it might be better to come during the daytime because it seems like a lot of these stores are closed at night. But you'll find some here and there that are still open. Well, good morning. It is day 2 of my San Diego food tour, and I'm staying with my buddy who is right over here in one of the condos, which is really north of San Diego in University Town. I have a really packed schedule ahead of me today, and thankfully the first restaurant that I'm going to opens for breakfast. It's a really highly rated restaurant. Wow, this restaurant is really south of San Diego. I feel like if I just drove a few more blocks, I would be at the border. But a lot of people say that this is worth the drive because this is one of the best Mexican restaurants you're gonna find in San Diego. I'm here at Ed Fernandez Restaurant. This is Yelp's highest rated Mexican restaurant in SD. They're known for their birria tacos, quesadilla, birria everything. It's kind of a small little hole-in-the-wall restaurant that only opens for breakfast and lunchtime. So get here before dinner so that you can get your spot. But I feel no matter what time of the day you come, it's always going to be busy because, like I said, it is Yelp and Google's highest rated Mexican restaurant in San Diego. They were even the #1 best tacos in 2002 according to Yelp. #1 in the entire country. That's pretty crazy. This is the a la carte menu. So if you guys want to order it individually, maybe start with some tacos de birria, which is about $3.75. You can also do queso tacos. Even like this extremo, which looks very hot. Oh, look at that, even keto taco. Tortas, which are very popular here, which are Mexican sandwiches. They even got the menudo. And if you come on Fridays, they got the lengua, which is the tongue. That's pretty awesome. Maybe I'll do one of these because this is good for first timers. They're combos. So if you get something like Ed Fernandez #1, you can get 5 different tacos. So sample a little bit of all of their best tacos. $23.75. I mean, not the cheapest tacos around, but I heard they are mind-blowing. You see, pretty endless with all the birria selections. They got the birria ramen, as well as the torta, which you can get with the cheese. Look at that, even birria quiles, which is chilaquiles. Oh, I'm so getting that. This is Jorge Fernandez, the owner of this awesome restaurant. So you're gonna show me some good stuff today, right?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
The best birria here in San Diego.
Man, look at all that beef birria. And that's the birria ramen. All the beef birria and the consomme in there. Wow, look at that. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Everybody is working like ninjas back here. They are super fast. That's why I'm afraid to move around, because I don't want to get hurt by bumping into somebody's activity. They're making everything from the chilaquiles to the ramen to the tacos. It's all based on the Michael Jordan philosophy they have. At least that's what Jorge says. MJ philosophy. I think I'm gonna start off with this one, the birria quiles, which is chilaquiles, but with the birria on it, like the beef, the consomme. There's also white onions, sour cream, cheese, and eggs, 2 of them. You can do it however way you like, but I think sunny side up is the way to go. Yes, especially if you love the yolk. I'm telling you, some people really swear by this place. They say that this is the best tacos they can find outside of Mexico. I would hope so after I drove all this way down south to come to Ed Fernandez restaurant. Wow, that is really good. So it does taste like chilaquiles, you know, in the sense that we got the chips in there along with the sour cream and the cheese. And it's still a little bit crispy too, which is the way I like it. I mean, if it were crispier, that would be even better, but I mean, it just tastes great all around. And be sure you get the eggs along with the sauce with that bite. I'm not sure how many places back in LA serve this dish, but I'm hooked now. If I came here just to eat some birria quiles, I would be very happy. This is really an amazing dish. Yeah, you got to get it, especially if you like chilaquiles. This is their take on the chilaquiles, and it is fantastic. And this one is the birria ramen. So that's instant noodles inside with the birria, which is the beef, as well as the consomme. There's like a lot of it. And to the side, we got 6 corn tortillas. Birria ramen. Now, here's something I also have to get quickly because the noodles continue to cook in the hot consomme. Wow, that's really good too. I don't think I've had consomme before that had that kick of spiciness to it, but I think it's good. It has a very classic consomme taste that I've had in a lot of places. In California, in Nevada, and of course, even in Mexico. Look at those instant noodles. Very much like the ones that you find in those Korean markets. So like I said, you have to get to it quickly because if you let it sit for more than 5 minutes, then it loses its texture, which it already kind of did. But flavor-wise, it's still very tasty. And put your tortillas to good use. You gotta roll them up. Make it kind of like a taquito. These tortillas have already been grilled, so that's why it's kind of crispy. And you taste the consomme in the oil. But dipping it will make it juicier, adding more flavor, which is always a great thing, right? Ed Fernandez #1 combo. Yep, that's the way to go because I get to try a little bit of everything. So that's the consomme right there, which is the broth. And then we got the extremo. Yep, so this has the salsa, handmade tortilla, grilled meat. And this one is the queso taco. This one has the cheese, and there's also cilantro and onions. Got the birria, as well as the tortilla. Birria regular taco. Very simple, but very good. You got the onion, cilantro, the birria, double corn tortilla, fresh made. And this one is called the chupacabras. Very unique. You got the double tortilla, with the cheese, grilled onions, cilantro, and the birria. And you got this on the side too. You gotta have your lime as well as your cilantro, onion, and radishes. Should I start off with the Extremo taco? Wow. I think with the Extremo, I might have started off on too high of a note because this one is the one that's supposed to be like the most flavor bomb. Not just because it has more ingredients in there, but the meat itself has been grilled. So you're gonna taste more of the crispiness, like a different texture of the meat, which I really like. Actually, I think I like it better than the regular birria tacos. And they give you the consomme so that you can make your tacos super juicy. That's the way you gotta do it. Even better. Okay, at least I know that the Extremo taco is one that I can definitely get again. And I do want to let you know they have the sauces on the side. Don't forget that, especially if you want your tacos spicy. I feel like I should have started with the classic birria tacos first, because this is more like what you would find in any typical birria menu, whether it's at a restaurant or at street food. Extremo was like, wow. I mean, it's true to its name. It's pretty extreme in flavor. But this one, the flavor is good too, because you got the beef inside, you got the consomme, which you can use extra of right here. And if you want to make it spicy, pour some of that on. So you're gonna have so much fun eating this. It's juicy, your hands are gonna get messy, your mouth is gonna get messy. That's the whole experience. And then we also got some queso tacos. So this is the one with the cheese. I think after eating like 3 of these tacos, or maybe 4, you're gonna get pretty full. Yeah, because it's really loaded with a lot of birria. And I wanna note that they don't have the goat here, the chivo. Everything here is purely beef. So if you're looking for more of the goat, like the really authentic way, then you might want to head over to another spot. But if you're okay with the beef, they got it here that you can eat in so many different ways. Chupacabras, here we go. Wow, this is really good too. This one is definitely different than the other ones that I've had, because the double tortillas that they use has been grilled, so there's a hard crunchiness to it. And there's of course the birria itself that's in there, grilled onions, kind of like the ones that they use in the burgers. I mean, overall, it's a really good tasting one. I think this one might be my second favorite taco. First one is the Extremo. That one, number 1. So good. I usually don't get coffee whenever I go to a restaurant, but I heard the coffee here is really good. Hot coffee is the way to go, but I'm an iced coffee type of person. Even if it's freezing cold out there, I'll still get it iced. Wow, that's good flavor. It's sweet, but a very pleasant sweetness, because I know that there's other flavors going on in here at the same time. It almost kind of tastes like a hybrid between a coffee and like a cocoa chocolate type of drink, which is good. All right, I'm so happy I got it. I'll drink the rest while I'm on the road. Oh yeah, and if you like sandwiches, they also got the birria torta. So Mexican style sandwich with the onion, cheese, cilantro, hot sauce, the beef birria, some of the consomme in there as well. I think this is the 4th or the 5th time in my life that I had a birria torta. Nice hearty sandwich. You see all the meat that's in there with the cheese and the consomme broth, they pour it in there as well. So it's very juicy, very comforting, like a hearty sandwich. Any one of these can be its own meal, like a complete meal, and you'll be full and satisfied. So I guess it just kind of depends on what you're in the mood for. Now I'm going to be driving back up north into central or downtown San Diego to go to my next restaurant, which is another cuisine that I always like. It's a little bit past noon, which means this is going to officially be my lunch restaurant for today. I am at Bow-Legged Barbecue. This is considered an East Texas barbecue restaurant with some Louisiana Cajun influence. It is one of the highest rated barbecue restaurants on Yelp, which is oftentimes good enough for me. If you are into music, I can tell you're really gonna dig the vibe here. You have all of these musical artists and their albums decorating the walls everywhere. So baby back ribs, some of the most popular things here. So you can get the full rack for $38 with 1 large side or 2 large sides, and you can also get half a rack. And if you guys like your brisket, they have the brisket dinner with the choice of 1 or 2 sides, as well as brisket sandwich. See the rib tips, which is very popular here, which you can get with 1 or 2 sides, as well as the chicken, which I heard is really popular here. And it looks like they have these lunch specials during the weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, maybe that's the reason why you want to come for lunch, right? You see, you got the chicken, the hot links, the ribs, brisket, and rib tips. Includes chips and canned soda. And the indoor is not the only thing. When you come out here, you have a really nice outdoor seating area. This is really so cool. It's almost like eating in somebody's backyard. So this is the cigar lounge right here, where if you want to smoke some cigars and hang out, have some drinks, then this is the spot you gotta be. All right, what do we got in here?
Got some
Brisket?
up here.
Okay, yeah, so this one just kind of went in, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, there it is. It's like a whole slab of it. And I see the oak wood down there. Adds a lot of flavor. Yeah, so it's cooking in there for about 18 hours. Still got many more hours to go. And it does make you appreciate eating this food, because when you see the work involved in it, cooking this from beginning to end, knowing that it takes multiple hours, it's like the anticipation. Look at this awesomely huge sampler plate. So for $47.67, you get 3 meats on it. So I got the baby back ribs, as well as some of the barbecue chicken, which you can see to the center. And you cannot go wrong with brisket. Yeah, one of their best things here. As well as the 2 sides, which is collard green to the left and the mac and cheese to the right. This is not part of the combo sampler, but I decided to get it because I heard it was so good. We got some of that cornbread, and it's a big piece of cornbread, along with candied yams. So in the summertime, it probably will get pretty hot out here in the outdoors. So at nighttime would be a good time to come. That's the time when a lot of people come to this restaurant, at nighttime, from what I heard. So you can order these meats and sides individually if you want to, but I think if you're coming for the first time and you have a big enough appetite, or perhaps you're coming with somebody else, you can get a sampler plate like this and try their most popular things at this restaurant. Those collard greens, it really tastes like a family made it. It's a very comforting dish, especially if you can make it in a way where that thing melts in your mouth. It's savory. You can even taste some of that pork flavor in there too. Collard greens is kind of hard to describe. It's something that you have to taste if you've never had it before. But if you go to a lot of barbecue restaurants and even a lot of soul food restaurants, this is something you'll find very often, like a very classic American soul food. And I'm so excited to try the mac and cheese too. Yep, especially in these kind of restaurants. Whoa, that flavor is so intense. Well, it's kind of different than what I had earlier. As you can see, they used the macaroni pasta in there instead of the other kinds, you know, like the crescent shaped one at Smokin' Jay's. Very soft and very classic tasting mac and cheese. This is the type of mac and cheese that you would often find in these kind of barbecue restaurants. If I let the brisket stay out too long, it might dry up. So that's why I'm gonna get to it right now. Wow, this thing is so smoky. I mean, that's the way you gotta do your barbecue, because I feel that that smokiness is one of the reasons why a brisket would be considered great. The dry rub, of course, but then you have to have a really good piece of meat. It has to have the right texture, and that smoky flavor is like really what takes it to the top. And you gotta have that house-made barbecue sauce too. Wow, it's so hot, yikes. Definitely works. It's sweet, It's tangy, just a tad bit spicy. And what's very unique about this sauce is that it's runnier than some of the sauces that I've had at other barbecue restaurants. This is almost like a soup. Maybe you can be drunk as a soup, I don't know. First chicken that I'm eating on this barbecue tour. Here we go. This thing just falls right off the bone. Texture is right, flavoring and the rub outside, really good as well. Yeah, if you're a fan of chicken, this is the barbecue restaurant I think you should come to in SD if you want some barbecue chicken. Candied yams. Now here's something I don't eat that often in a barbecue restaurant because I don't find it too often. That candy yam is really true to its name. That thing is so sweet, wow. Now I feel like I'm eating a Thanksgiving meal because that's the last time I had candy yams. But any time of the year is a good time to eat some candied yams, especially when you have food that's very salt driven and very spice driven. Then you're going to need something a little sweet to kind of balance out the flavor a little bit, right? And these baby back ribs, also one of the very best and most popular ones here. I am enjoying this one. Man, that meat, you bite it, it comes off the bone so easily. Like the dry rub is good, good moistness. There's a little bit of fat in there. And I don't think sauce can hurt these baby back ribs, right? Maybe it's just me, but I really love the sauce glaze over it. I mean, they have a few different meats you can get on the menu, but if you had to pick only 3, why not get the sampler plate and get the baby back ribs, the chicken, and the brisket? Like I said, it's an Eastern Texas style barbecue restaurant, but essentially it's soul food. So if you're looking for an American Texas barbecue restaurant that has more of like that soul food, comfort food type of feeling, then yeah, I guess Bow-Legged is really the spot you gotta come to. And the last restaurant I'm gonna be visiting today is Grand Ole Barbecue. It's in the North Park neighborhood, and it's a Central style Texas barbecue with a Latin American twist. As you can see, these Texas barbecue restaurants each have their own unique personality. Wow, this restaurant looks like it could have come out of Texas. Look at all this outdoor seating that's very rustic, very country-ish, just like something out of Texas. And they also have this bar area too. I heard there is another Grand Ole Barbecue, but it's really east of San Diego. So if you're hoping to stay within the city of San Diego, then this one should be fine. Oh, look at that. Even a photo booth where you can take your picture with a payment, of course. Let's see. It doesn't look like they have any sampler trays at this restaurant, so you're gonna have to order it a la carte, which is, I guess, what I'm gonna have to do. So those are the choices of the meats. We got pulled pork, brisket, spare ribs, beef ribs as well, their famous Texas turkey, which you can buy by the pound. And a lot of the side dishes I recognize, like fries, mac and cheese, slaw, potato salad. And the other side, we got the bar food. So if you don't want the good old Texas barbecue, you can do things like cheesy fries, Texas cheese steak, brisket burrito. Oh, look at that. They even have plant-based food as well. Oh, fabulous. They have their special Tuesday and Wednesday only menu, such as their house-smoked pastrami sandwich for $19. I am from LA, so I do like my pastrami. They pretty much smoke all of the meats overnight, so nothing is smoking right now in the afternoon time. Kind of a bummer, but at least I still get to eat the food, and it all looks pretty good. So all they have to do is cut it up, put it on the serving tray, and it's good to go. Ending off with a big bang, I got another huge platter, and this feeds about maybe 3 to 4 people, family size, about like $80 to $90. So let me show you everything I got here. So that is the tri-tip. It comes with some spicy and sweet sauce, chimichurri, and then that's the Carolina mustard sauce, hot link, as well as the brisket, one of my favorites as usual, some bread and butter pickles as they call it, some smoked turkey, which is one of their house specialties, like everybody gets it here, as well as jalapeno, and then Carolina vinegar, and the spare ribs. And these are the side dishes that I got. We got the mac and cheese, as well as the white Peruvian beans with bacon in that creamy sauce, and coleslaw, along with French fries. And yes, I had to try this one. This is their specialty of the day, the pastrami sandwich. Oh yeah. Not to belabor the menu, but it is worth noting they have a happy hour that runs from Tuesday to Fridays, which is weekdays opening time, 3 to 5 p.m. $5 food specials. And I think 3 to 5 is a perfect time to come during the weekdays because it's not as crowded. Once the weekend comes around, especially at nighttime, there can be a line that forms around this thing. I can taste the richness of the fat that's on the edges, along with that dry rub crust, which is perfect tasting, like salty and smoky. And I gotta get my sauces too, because that really adds to the whole experience. Okay, that sauce tastes pretty different. It's sweet and it's so like vinegary too. I mean, the barbecue itself tastes fine pretty much most of the time if you go to a really good Texas barbecue restaurant. So the sauce is not meant to give it like much needed additional flavor, but it just kind of takes it in a different direction so you can enjoy it more than one ways. And they give you these sauces that you can enjoy with your tri-tip, like the chimichurri. Now I feel like I'm in a Brazilian restaurant or an Argentinian restaurant. That's pretty awesome. I'm telling you, there's like a whole bunch of flavors going on here. It's really an exciting meal just to navigate all the meats and sauces, even mix some of it together. It's quite an adventure. And trying a smoked turkey for the first time on the trip. Turkey meat is very lean and not too fatty. It's not my top choice whenever I go to a Texas barbecue restaurant because I'm more about the brisket and the ribs. But if the turkey is one of the highlights on the menu, of course I'm gonna try it. This is one of their most popular things on the menu. These hot links look pretty big as well. Not as big as the ones that I had at Smokin' Jay's, but still pretty sizable. All right, very tender, moist inside. And this one is not really that spicy. Like the one I had at the first Texas barbecue spot, yeah, that's kind of on the spicy side. So it's a little bit more mild, I would say. But the texture is really good. Like I said, it's very soft inside. You see it's like breaking apart. So you have to be careful with this. Very moist, full of a lot of flavor. I'm into hot links, so every time I go to Texas barbecue, it's really like within the top 3 things that I get whenever I go. Let's try some of those sides, like the mac and cheese. I would say it's a very typical tasting mac and cheese. Nothing mind-blowing, but it's like something that you would order if you really like mac and cheese. Okay, I haven't had beans like this before in a Texas barbecue restaurant. This is awesome. I'm liking those beans. It's very creamy, like so creamy. Okay, out of the 2 side dishes I had so far, yeah, I would get the bean one. That one is very unique and it tastes great. Ooh, these spare ribs look so good. It's like almost about to break. Look how soft that thing is. I think the spare ribs is my favorite one out of all the meats I've had so far. Major props to the flavor. It falls right off the bone. The crust on top is perfect. It's delicious. It has the right saltiness level. It's smoky. This is near perfection. Yeah, you don't even need the sauce for this one. This tastes so good on its own. When I think of really good barbecue spare ribs, I think it has to taste something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am getting so full, but I still have to eat the pastrami, right? Be sure to have napkins with you for this one. The taste of the pastrami is kind of similar to what you would find in Jewish delis, in a sense that it's sliced pastrami. But in a Texas barbecue restaurant like this, it has more of that barbecue smoky taste. So if you like that kind of a taste, then obviously you got to show up to restaurants like these. So I would say this is more like a craft pastrami sandwich. You got the cheese in there, you got the house special sauce. I mean, not quite like a pastrami sandwich from Los Angeles, but still very tasty. I mean, after all, look at all that meat inside. How could it not be, right? Maybe some of you guys can tell I am pretty barbecued out, but it's been such a fun time. I have a few hours to kill before I retire for the night. So if you're looking for another great thing to do in San Diego, especially if you are in the north part near UC San Diego, consider Westfield Mall UTC. This is an outdoor shopping center, an outdoor mall. It's one of the best ones that you're gonna find in San Diego. So if you are into malls, then come on over here, walk around, burn some calories, eat, shop, have fun. Me personally, I think it's more fun if you could come during the daytime so that you can kind of see everything more clearly. But even at nighttime, it has its charm too. First 2 hours is free parking, and then after that, I believe it's $3 per hour. So if you want the free parking, then I would suggest try to do everything within 2 hours. And it seems that this mall kind of has a little bit of everything. You got your clothing stores, your jewelry store, AMC movie theater, restaurants. I'm not going to show you everything that's in this mall, but I guess you kind of get the idea. A lot of shops of all kinds, especially after dinner. You can walk around and just kind of get your steps in. Makes for a really nice ending to a good day. This is my last day at San Diego, and I am starting off 9:30 a.m. by going to another one of the hottest attractions in SD. This is SeaWorld. I'm sure some of you guys have heard about it before. This is the theme park to go to if you want to see marine life, mammals, and there's even roller coasters on site. I mean, it's pretty much a full-on theme park, and I haven't been to SeaWorld in like 30 years. This is incredible, so it's almost like going for the first time.
If I don't stop, you keep walking.
This is how much it costs, about $122. I would highly recommend you buy it online because you can save a lot of money. I think it's between like $40 to $80 depending on the season. Yeah, so definitely you have to buy it online. They have the annual passes if you want to come to SeaWorld all year long. They even got this dining deal for 60 bucks. Looks like you can do like all day dining, which is pretty awesome. Quick Kex, which is kind of like their version of the Fast Pass, might be worth it if you do a lot of rides. How am I going to get around this whole park? Look at how much there is to do. So I'm like right over here. Maybe go like this way and work my way clockwise as much as I can. This is interesting. Food and beverage sampler option. So you can do like a 15 item sampler for 85 bucks, 10 item sampler for 70, 18 item past member exclusive for 85. I don't think I'm gonna do this today, but if you guys want to do it, you got some options. Looks like there's some fish in here, kind of like anchovy size. So you put your fingers in there and they'll come up to you and kind of tickle you. It's okay, they're not piranhas, you're safe. And this area is the white spotted bamboo shark pool. That's right, sharks. I'm just being very cautious because it is a shark after all, so you have to be kind of careful. I think it's safe all around. See, it's just kind of taking a nap, just chilling right there. I guess after you can get past the $35 parking fee and the $120 entrance fee, you can come in here and have a blast. It opens at 9 and it closes at 5. As you can see, that's not really that long, so you have to do as much as you can before this place closes at 5 p.m. Look at all these dolphins. Oh, how cute, right? Gotta pick up a souvenir too. Kids can buy so many things here, like the SeaWorld sword. Oh yeah. If I were much younger, I might get one of these. I mean, I still could, I guess. Penguins of South America. Oh, I always like these. You see that? That's a penguin swimming in there. Has a carefree life. And I think those are dolphins in there. Yeah, this is the dolphin section where you can see them come up to the top. That's pretty much the fun of SeaWorld, seeing all of these penguins and dolphins and marine life. So if you're into that, then of course you should come here. But if you want something a little bit more diverse than that in the animal kingdom, there is the San Diego Zoo that's kind of nearby. Are those flamingos? They're not even pink color, they're like reddish orange. Reef gifts. Okay, let's see what they have at this gift store. All these stuffed animals as usual. Oh, that's pretty cool. They got these as well. How much is it? Like $8. And some of these down here too, as well as orca. Oh, there's something in here. I think this is an aquarium. Got some fish in this tank, and look, we even got the turtles in there. I see it. And this one down here, it's not moving, but I assure you it is real. I always like looking at these aquariums. Something about it is so calming and so mysterious at the same time. Maybe it's just the whole light work they got going on in here. Penguin encounter. I cannot get enough of those penguins. Here we go. You see all the penguins in there? So this is kind of like a recreation of Antarctica or maybe Greenland. I'm kind of like on a flat escalator. Oh, you see those fat penguins up there? Yeah, they're real. You see, even more stuffed animals. So be sure to get one when you leave. Oh wow, this one's probably at least like $50. So I'm kind of going in a clockwise direction through the theme park. I mean, it's not a super big theme park. You can get through it all within a few hours. That is if you don't wait in those long line rides. Arctic Rescue and Wild Arctic. Let's check it out. This one is called the Beluga Whale Observation Area. There's a whale swimming around in that water. Yeah, I could kind of see it. Is there one or two? Oh, there's two of them. I see them. Underwater viewing. Yes, that sounds exciting. Oh wow, this is real ice. This is no joke. That is a walrus, guys. Look how big it is. That is even bigger than I thought. Whoa, it's like a little hippopotamus. That was a pretty fun exhibit. Yeah, there's like a top floor, there's a bottom floor. You can see different kinds of sea life. And then when you exit, you're pretty much out in the gift store once again. So I was just on that Arctic Rescue ride just a moment ago. You cannot bring cameras up there, so I cannot show you any of it. They got the roller coasters here. Some of them looks very similar to what you see at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I don't think I'm gonna ride any more roller coasters today. I'm just gonna take it easy and just stare at all the dolphins. So now I'm gonna find a seat in this huge amphitheater to see the Orca show. Look at all that water over there. How fun. I haven't seen this in so many years. All that down there is the splash zone, and based on what I'm seeing, it's a pretty big splash zone, so I think I'm okay up here. Yep, that Orca show is definitely one of the things you need to see here in SeaWorld. I feel that's the definition of SeaWorld right there, like what everybody thinks about when they come to SeaWorld. So don't miss it. You got those whales flipping around, it's fun stuff. And now I'm gonna see the sea lion show. Yeah, this looks pretty fun. At least this one, you don't have to worry about the splash zone.
My name is Katie, and this is my best buddy, Seymour.
Well, it's that time of the day to eat lunch. So I'm gonna be eating at this restaurant called Dine with Orcas. They have an all-you-can-eat buffet at 1 p.m. So I'm gonna check it out.
Hi here, we're just a couple of the trainers that do not.
There's a reason why this restaurant is called Dine with Orcas, because you sit outdoor and you see the orcas in the water right there. So it's a combination of the food plus the theme park experience. And there's about 20 items from what it looks like in this buffet station. All right, well, I'm gonna check it out right now. So guys, this is Meredith. She's gonna introduce everything that's in this buffet station because there are no labels and she'll do a much better job than I can.
For our first salad would be a Capri salad. It has mozzarella balls and cherry tomatoes with pesto sauce and also balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
And then our second salad is the asparagus salad. We have asparagus chopped up with onions and feta cheese with olive oil and salt and pepper. Our third salad would be the Caesar salad with croutons, Parmesan cheese with spring mix salad and romaine salad. And then for our veggies, we have carrots with, they're roasted with balsamic vinegar. And then we have mac and cheese, of course, for the kiddos. And then we have chicken nuggets and corn dogs.
Those are the corn dogs, right?
Corn dogs, And then we have smashed potatoes. They're red potatoes. They're steamed. And then we have Brussels sprouts with squash with a little bit of maple syrup on it. Our protein would be from the chicken. The chicken we have with mushroom sauce. They have parsley on top of it and heavy whipping cream as well. We also have a pot roast. Our pot roast has with demi glaze on it, and it has Funyuns on top of it with a little bit of parsley as well. And then we have our pasta option. The pasta is just tortellini with 3 cheese on it and marinara sauce with parsley and Parmesan cheese. Yeah. And then we have Hawaiian bread with butter. And then we also have for our seafood, we have salmon topped with soybean and sweetened chili sauce with a little bit of parsley on top of it as well. The soup of the day, we have broccoli cheddar soup. So for our desserts, we have oatmeal cookies. We have vegan brownies. For our charcuterie board, we have cheese, we have Swiss cheese, and pepper jack. We have our fruit bowl with pineapple, melon, orange, and honey sweet dew. Cupcakes, we have chocolate with Oreos on top of it. And then we also have vanilla cupcake with strawberries on top. We also have a pastries of our own. There are the dolphins with caramel on top of it. And then we have macaroons as well. And then coconut lime pie.
Theme park buffet, how exciting. It's only at 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. That's it, only those 2 times. So if you specifically want to eat the buffet at Dine with Orcas, then make it on time at either 1 or 5 p.m. I think the only time so far during this trip that I've had salad. It's really sad, huh? I really should be eating more of it, so don't follow my example. You know, I'm actually very happy to be eating that. Refreshing, and it's like a welcome because I haven't had it in days. So, oh, this looks pretty good too, kind of fancy. Okay, yeah, that's pretty tasty. I mean, how could you go wrong with buffalo mozzarella? All you do is just put that in there with cherry tomatoes that are fresh, put the basil sauce over it. It actually has a lot of flavor, kind of like Italian influenced. I don't think I've had this in like decades. It's like a mini corn dog. It's okay. I mean, it's not my top preference out of all the ones. Now, here's something I did not expect to see here, the pot roast. So as you can see, it's like pretty much all around American food or new American, however way you want to define it. Nothing mind-blowing, but it's good enough, especially if you're at a theme park and you're wanting to eat more than the basic food stands like the fast food. Then you get this, and plus you get to see the orcas. If you come to this buffet, get here fast because the orca show starts pretty much right away. And then you're just going to have to just watch them swimming about. Kind of dry. I think if they just cooked it about 30 seconds less or however long, it would actually be pretty good because I like the glaze over it. It's kind of sweet. It's, yeah, and it's thick too. It's like a really nice chunky piece of meat, the salmon. Oh well. Okay, but I do like my chicken with mushrooms on top of it. The chicken, I think, is a little bit more tender than the salmon. You know what it almost tastes like? It's almost like a chicken marsala from an Italian restaurant. Maybe not as sweet, but I like that flavor profile with the creamy mushroom sauce over it, mushrooms, and the chicken. Oh, it's just too bad because all the customers went through that line. They took all the mushrooms. I got the only piece that was left over with just the chicken. I think I'm pretty much done with the main food, so I'm gonna move on to the dessert. They look pretty good, huh? You got this, you got that, cookie, macaroons, fruit. What a nice plate. A full-on buffet experience. They even have the desserts, almost like a mini Vegas style buffet, right? That one's actually pretty moist because I've had these macaroons before in restaurants where it was just really hard, brittle all around. Yeah, not bad. It has good flavor. You see how soft it is? This is like one of the best things in the buffet station. Wow, this one's quite a show stealer. It's screaming, please eat me. Very creamy. Coconut lime pie. So it tastes like a custard on top of this pie-like crust. This is actually one of my favorite things here. You know, the desserts here are actually not that bad. What I like the best were probably the salads and the cold foods and the desserts. The hot foods, some of it was okay, like the pot roast, pretty tasty, but some of it was unfortunately a miss. I mean, after all, it is a theme park, so I don't think I should really hold them to a super high standard. Well, that was a very interesting lunch experience. Still got about 2 more hours left at this theme park. Let's see what else I can do around here. Maybe I'll go to this attraction next. It's called Jewels of the Sea, a jellyfish exhibition. How fun. Ooh, look at this big ball of water. Yes, it's real water that's flowing down. Wow, it looks so thin and flimsy. It's real jellyfish. They kind of look like mushrooms. Wow, look at all the graphics in this room. So it looks like SeaWorld has indeed updated their technology since I was last here about like 30 years ago. If you guys are more into the roller coasters, then I don't think this is really the place to go. I think the best things here to see are the shows and the aquariums. Yes, I like that kind of stuff. So to me, this is one of the very best things to do in San Diego. That is, if you're willing to spend some money. This restaurant is going to be the last restaurant on my trip. I'm back here in downtown at the Gaslamp Quarter, here at Freddy's Chop House. This is Yelp's highest rated American steakhouse in San Diego. I heard it's new, it tastes great, good enough for me. Let's do it. This restaurant is in a Victorian era-like building, so it's very classy. It's kind of like semi-fine dining. They open for lunch and they open for dinner, which a lot of people come to because you could get the steaks, you can have the drinks at the bar, and you can experience the whole nightlife here at Freddy's Chop House. So on this side of the menu, you have these foods that look like it could be very good for lunchtime. You see the salads and the soups, as well as the burgers and the sandwiches like the Chop House steak sandwich and these fries, which I heard are very popular. And then on the other side, this is where all the action is at for dinner. So these are the heavier items. So for appetizers, I heard that the Chop House bread is really good here. The pork belly toast is really good. Coconut shrimp. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with most of these things. And then for the entree, if you don't want the steak for any reason, they got some choices to the left-hand side, including the fish. But to the right, oh yeah, the steaks. After all, it is a steakhouse. I heard that their skirt steak is very popular here. Their ribeye steak, very good. Or if you want to spend some money, you can do like a tomahawk steak for $99, 34 ounce. And you can also add lobster tail to make it a surf and turf, make it a heavier, fancier meal. And don't forget about your side dishes as well. And this is the way they cook their skirt steak. It is on the flat top and it looks very, very hot. So I have to kind of keep my distance. Is that the ribeye? Ribeye, got it, okay. And then it finishes off in the broiler. This one is for the pork belly toast. I see the heavy cream in there, some bacon, mushrooms, and oh, look at that, even pesto. Finishing it off, it goes right on top of the toasted baguette. I really enjoy watching them make all this chef-driven stuff. I used to cook a lot more at home. That's before I got into this Rockstar Eater thing. They also have a happy hour menu here as well. So during the weekdays from 3 to 6, and then on the weekends from 12 to I think about 5 o'clock. I'm here for dinner time, so I'm pretty much gonna go all out with the dinner experience, and it's really a good time to come, especially if you want to eat the heavy stuff like the steak. This one is the burrata. So it's burrata cheese with grilled cherry tomatoes, basil pesto, you see it on top? Oh yeah. Balsamic glaze, extra virgin olive oil, salt, and that sliced toasted baguette right over there. They give you the toast so you can eat the whole piece, like fill it up and enjoy. That is pretty rockin'. I can tell just based on reading the menu description that this thing was going to be really good. You got the sweetness, the tartness of the balsamic vinegar along with the acidity of the tomatoes, which is kind of sweet as well. The richness of the burrata cheese on top, the crispiness of the greens in there. This is like a really good appetizer bread cheese dish all around. This one is the staff's favorite, pork belly toast. It does sound very good on the menu. So we got the grilled garlic baguette in the bottom, grilled pork belly, sauteed mushrooms, and the pesto Cajun sauce mix all on top with some greens on the side. Talk about innovation. Look at this. This is going to be a taste of San Diego right here. Wow, it's so creamy. You see my mouth? It's like all covered. I've never had anything like that before in my life. This is really a new kind of dish that I'm eating. But it works though. I mean, it's very savory. I like it. Another great appetizer. And look, you get 4 pieces. I noticed that these appetizers are kind of on the heavy side. So I think it's a better idea if you're with somebody, whether a group of friends or perhaps you're taking a date out, which is actually a really nice spot for that. Get something like this, but don't get way too filled up on it, because remember, you want to eat the steaks too. And this one I heard is super good here too. Coconut shrimp. Guys, look how big those pieces of shrimp are. It's pretty crazy. So it's pretty much beer battered jumbo shrimp, fresh coconut, and the mango chutney, which is right there. The last time I had a coconut shrimp was when I was at Tommy Bahama's restaurant. I remember that. This is much better than I thought. You know, I think this is one of the best coconut shrimps that I've had, simply for the fact that they use really large, high quality shrimp. The coating outside, like the coconut shreds, is really good. Mango chutney, it's like a sweet masterpiece. It makes me feel like I want to be out there in the beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like somewhere in the Caribbean or somewhere where there's water and there's sand. I might be going overboard on the appetizers, but I heard this one was also a stunning dish. This is the Chop House bread. So it's pretty much Hawaiian rolls. You got 4 of them in there with the garlic herb butter, salt, drizzled with house-made hot honey. I think this is the fanciest Hawaiian bread dish that I've seen in a restaurant. I'm very excited actually. It looks so good. Okay, I can tell you, best Hawaiian roll dish I've had in a restaurant so far. So you taste the soft moistness of the Hawaiian roll bread, but then you have the glaze over it. That's salty, that's sweet, has a little bit of a kick to it too. So that's the hot honey glaze over it. That is fancy, okay. This restaurant really fires on all directions in terms of the flavor. So you're definitely getting flavor, at least with the appetizers. So that's why I have no doubt about the steak, which I think should be coming very soon. the main event, one of the entrees that I decided to get today, which is the skirt steak, the 10-ounce skirt steak. We got the chimichurri sauce over it, and it comes with your choice of one side. This one is the garlic mashed potato, which I heard is really good here. This one is the wedge salad. I haven't had this one in a while. Iceberg lettuce, cherry tomatoes, onions, applewood bacon, blue cheese, and ranch dressing. It almost kind of looks like a carne asada. Wow, so tender. So tender. I like the crust on top too. It's a little bit crispy. That's the way I like my steak. So I would say this is kind of like a Latin influenced, or I would say like a South American influenced steak because of the chimichurri sauce, which kind of makes it a little bit more, what, like Brazilian or Argentinian. And I'm a mashed potato type of person, especially when I hear garlic. That is good. That is a really good garlic mashed potato. It tastes just like it sounds, so there's really no surprise to that. It doesn't have to be anything innovative. It's like, as long as they can just get that recipe right, I'm easy to please when it comes to garlic mashed potatoes. So yeah, this is a pretty complete meal. You see, you got the protein, you got this, the potato, maybe a little bit lemon. So perhaps you can order like a salad on the side, which I did, just to make it a little healthier. And it's like you got everything. So many different things like savory, salty, sweet. So this salad, it does take a little bit of work because you have to cut into the whole piece of lettuce. But I guess that's kind of the fun of it, because then afterwards you put in your mouth, it's really, like I said, crunchy and refreshing and exploding with so much flavor. Maybe I gotta learn how to make a wedge salad at home. This is fantastic. Call me crazy, but I decided to get another steak because I heard this one is also really good. The 14-ounce ribeye steak. That obviously is a steak. And for this one, my choice of side is the sauteed burgundy mushrooms. Just letting you know, you can order the sides separately as well, but if you go with one of these entrees, it comes with it, at least one. Wow, that steak has a lot of flavor too. It's very buttery because they melt the butter on the top and on the bottom as it's cooking in the broiler. Probably the most affordable steakhouse you're gonna find in San Diego. Now, that's not to say that it's cheap, as in like going to a fast food restaurant. I don't think you're ever gonna find a steakhouse like that. If you go to a lot of steakhouses around here, they're gonna charge probably 1.5 to 2 times more depending on what kind of beef they use. So truly, if getting a steak for this price is not really as bad as it can get. It's fairly reasonable. Every time I get steak, mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms is my #1 choice of a side. Wow, that's a really interesting flavor. I don't really know what burgundy tastes like because I don't drink, but you do kind of taste like that alcohol residue in there, which is pretty, it's like a sharp flavor. So this is the cheesecake I decided to get, and look at the way it comes out, especially if you're celebrating something. Ooh, so festive, I love it. It's not my birthday today, just letting you know. I just thought it would be cool that they bring it out on fire like that, just for my entertainment purposes. It really melts in your mouth. It has a very classic cheesecake taste. All right, I like it. You got the strawberries, you got the whipped cream. It's like the whole classic cheesecake experience. Yep, this is a very highly rated restaurant on Yelp and Google. Now, I cannot say that the steaks taste like something out of those fine dining steakhouses that I've been to in the past, because that's kind of on another level. But for what you're paying, it's a very good experience. Like, not just the steaks, but the appetizers and the other foods on the menu. It really fires on all cylinders in terms of the flavor. So hopefully in the future I'll come back and I'll try some of the other steaks and great things they have on the menu. Also, to the right of Freddy's Chop House is this Mexican restaurant called Las Hadas. I heard it's a really good Mexican restaurant, so maybe if you're in the mood for that, you can stop right there and have your Mexican food fix. So that's pretty much it for my San Diego food and travel tour. I am headed back to Los Angeles. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next food adventure.